Hey everyone, welcome back to more Zen gameplay. Uh, Taking a quick look at the deck list. I don't know what it's been the last couple days, but I don't know. I've still been like tweaking the ratios here and there. Deck has been doing me a little bit dirty the last couple days. Like I don't know, I think when I was on 2 Sync 2 That All You Got, it was pretty soft into new, so I cut the blanches and kind of like went up on one snag and went up on one stick to bloat, so I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. Rest of the list remains kind of largely the same, but again, continuing to kind of iterate on this particular list. Time Skippers have been doing a lot more work than Blanche has been doing, though. So I've been pretty happy with that inclusion in the sideboard. Not much to talk about, though. I think. Let me check my results. Yeah, I haven't been doing too hot lately in terms of like performance. I don't know what it is. I think I've just been like getting rolled by like random stuff. Specifically new has been kind of rough. Specifically on the two that all you got two sync list, but we're gonna try this list. Hopefully it's a little bit stronger than new, and hopefully we can get a new game today. But we'll see. So let's go get into the games. Let's see. Kano, KO again are not like super interesting matchups. Could do a Kano, but like, I feel like there's not a ton to be learned from the Kano matchup. We already have a lot of like pretty good videos on the channel for how I play it, at least. Ah. I've been seeing so much that all you got that part of me almost wants to cut the needles at some point, but I feel like you have to be a lot more like careful with needles lately. Um, it's a lot more like risky to attacking like 5 card hands with needles, just because like that all you got exists and like feels pretty bad to break your needle on that all you got. Yeah, but let's see if we can get a game here. Hope I didn't do it in private. Let me see. Oh, guess we didn't. Let's see. Oh, we got a Victor. Perfect. So let's go second. Again, Victor is one of the tougher matchups for Zen, especially if they're boarded correctly. Debating here between Sinks or E-Strikes. I think E-Strikes are a little bit better generally. If I have the option, I think I'd rather run E-Strike over Sink. I think initially my board I was running Sink, but we'll see. Okay. This looks like a newer player Victor, so I don't know how much is to be gained out of this game necessarily, but they do have some pretty good cards, so again, hopefully at a high level this will kind of show like what my Victor gameplay is like, but again, we're not necessarily playing against the meta Victor list necessarily. Here I'm just kind of inclined to filter and block 6. Although obviously like CNC is a pretty good threat, but they have all their armor up, so it's like less good there. Hoping to draw 2 Transcend cards ideally. Oh yeah, also Tegan's here with me, but wait, we did draw 2 Transcend cards? What the fuck? Okay. Good RNG, I guess. What is the play here? I think we just don't get greedy with the Orion. I don't think there's any way to like actually do this and like keep Art of War, which I think we ideally want to do. So then we're just gonna come in with Kara and then double transcend and then do something. I guess the resources here don't really matter because there's no like 2 cost we can get, so we're always gonna just have a chi left over. Just fine. Pitches then. Again, I'm not gonna like Art of War here or anything. Oh, we could have gotten like bonds if we wanted to filter the chi. That's I guess something to keep in mind in the future. But I think we're fine like just keeping a chi in hand at this rate. Like it's not the worst thing in the world. But that is pretty important. I guess that is like an interesting idea is maybe you just get bonds just to like throw it in graveyard. And then you'd also get rid of the chi so you get like a real card. Hollow Eisen speaks interesting tech. Let's see. Looks like they're gonna take 6 here. Okay, they got a 5-card hand, so might be able to hit us with something here. Okay. Do we just go for it here? The alternative is what? The alternative is they pummel. So if we block 5 here, what do? They pummel. We discard a chi, then we get left with 2 Art-Wars. Alternative is that they're IPing themselves, which is unlikely. They also didn't make a seismic, which extra means this is probably pummel. We have 7 armor, so we can block the choke slam on hit, but we can't block the pummel on hit, so we have to discard a card anyways. So we can either go off with a 6-card hand, or we could force them to pummel us, and then we can just pass back. I think that might be better. I kind of like just... Well, actually, what if we just don't give them anything here? What if we let the chokeslam hit, and then we do... Well, we can't do chase aspect, like, super easily. I'm going to block 5 here, assuming that this is pummel. Because if we discard the chi, I think we're fine with that, right? Okay. Like, they're going off an arsenal here. I think we're pretty happy with this. And then we'll just pass back, like, IPing ourselves. Yeah, important thing for Victor is obviously knowing when they're representing pummel. Like, if they're keeping a 5-card hand, they're almost certainly representing pummel. And now we see triple Art of War, but we don't have, like, attack actions to banish. Okay, so we're off to a very interesting game already. We have transcended at least, so that's positive. Now the question here is, I guess, what do they do? Hopefully it's looking like a weak turn. Okay. So this is obviously very good for us. Let's see what triple Art of War can do to them. It's probably not going to be great. This is very lucky, obviously. Half the battle when you're playing Zen is obviously knowing when you're lucky versus when your opponent is getting lucky. It's a very high rolling deck. Obviously not everyone's favorite choice. Looks like they will re-roll the Clash though. Okay, they had a Blanche, sure. Okay, we'll start with our arsenal from Art of War, and we'll pitch... Do we pitch Wind Chakra or First Synergy Moon? I guess we've seen 2 Transcend cards, so it's maybe more likely that we play First Synergy Moon. So let's pitch the Wind Chakra. Not 100% sure if that's right. Finish our Tiger. Okay. Now we can theoretically spec on a Bonds, or we can banish this blue spinning wheel kick, and then we can get more information on what we tutor with the chi. I think I like that more. Because we already have like a backup blue, so maybe banishing this blue is fine. Okay. Still not drawing into like exactly what I would call gas, but this is probably still okay. So we do have 5 Descendants left in the deck. Do we want to speculate with Zen on getting a Descendant? Or do we want to speculate on Bonds and then try to draw him into a Descendant? That feels a little bit greedy. But maybe we need to, just because like I know Triple Art of War is obviously like very good, but I don't know. We're drawing 2 more cards. Maybe we just get Aspect just for like just not to get risky with it. Like, obviously, we can draw into one of Descendant or Bonds, but I think that's like kind of greedy. I think we get our aspect online. I think that makes the most sense because we already have our red in hand, right? It's representing a lot of damage. Okay, now we just draw the nut. So let's Wind Chakra. Oh, sorry. Uh, they might. Yeah, they declined the entry request. Happens to be more times than not. So let's Rising Sun, Setting Moon. We'll put back.
This is triple Art of War.
Yeah, this is triple Art of War. Sorry.
Oh, you're dead.
The problem is I also like fucked up and didn't hold priority with the Wind Chakra, so it's a little bit fine. Let's get rid of. I think first Tenchi Moon is maybe fine to get rid of. We don't have a chain under yet, so this is fine. Gain a resource. Now we'll Orion. Okay. This is still pretty good. So we don't have like the resources to necessarily like play this. Well, we don't have like Descendant, obviously, but we couldn't have like predicted that we would draw into it. So let's go ahead and start with our spinning wheel quick for 7. Fair and balanced number.
Bro.
Looks like they will test the strength. So we're missing 2 damage here from the Wind Chakra, which might come to bite us a little bit. But again, it's fine. I don't know. People are pretty toxic against Zen. I understand why. Like, it's obviously like a bullshit deck. But again, like, you should be nice to your opponents if you can. We're not being nice to them, obviously. This is borderline cyberbullying, but they should be nice to us. So now we can safely close chain and actually draw off the gold they gave us for extra BM. Draw into 100 wins, which is sick. So now we can do. We could throw in a Kakara, Arsenal, or Bonds, I think is probably the play here. Then we'll do 100 wins, Tiger, Mauling Key. I think we sequenced this pretty well and we didn't get greedy. Like, obviously, we drew into the Bonds, but I think that's like. If you tutor for one of the pieces, when you don't have the other piece, it's like obviously not as good. Like, if we tutor for Bonds, we don't know if we're going to draw Descendant. If we tutor for Descendant, we don't know if we're going to draw Bonds. So it's sometimes like an awkward position you can find yourself in against various decks. But here we're coming in for 9, so pretty sick. And they only have a 1-card hand. They're activating the Crown. Makes sense. Here we can just do Descendant into like 100 wins CNC and then Arsenal Chase. Seems reasonable. Oh, we had one floating off the stupid Vigor, didn't we? So it made me play that instead of. Okay, that's annoying. But opponent will probably not let us do that, so that's fine. Again, the joys of playing on Talishar against a person you don't know.
Crater Fist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Again, Chase the Tail is not going to give. So now we have to pivot because the stupid Vigor actually like got me really good. But it's fine. We'll get our Tiger and then do Chase for 4. Oh, is opponent fat decking us too? Yeah, I think they're like slightly over. They're like 64 cards, 63 cards. Sure. Okay. Next turn we got it. The Vigor token, obviously a little bit spooky, but I think we're probably fine here. We'll just Arsenal the other Bonds. All right, let's preserve. We'll target. What are we going to target here? I do like Chase the Tails back in the deck. We also used our last Aspect, so maybe Aspect is probably the best. I really like getting Aspect back in the deck generally. I don't know if that's what people normally get. That's what I normally get a lot. I feel like more often than not, I find myself getting Aspect. Just because it's like really solid. Just a 3 cost. Like it's basically like 100 wins with a block 3, and then makes a Tiger. Like just really solid card. Here, what are we getting? We'll get Tiger Swipe. Just got 2 left. So you can do 1 into 5. Arsenal or Bonds.
It'd be more than one.
Or yeah, sorry. This is gonna be 3 into 5 because of the Shuko. Oh, the camera is also slightly tilted. Didn't notice that. Probably cat related. That's fine. Can't believe that stupid Vigor token got us. It's very funny. We'll pass back. Okay, let's play here. I mean, we'll start obviously by getting our Descendant. Don't think we really need a Harmony here. I'd almost rather just use it for pitch. We can actually do Kakara. We can do levels for all 5 modes, I think. Is that good? Probably good. It's probably good enough, at least. Do Descendant, or we'll do Tiger.
How do you do levels for all 5 modes?
Because we can
Or for
pitch,
all 3 modes? All 5 modes.
it's all 5 modes, sorry. All 3 modes, because we can pitch the one to the Descendant. We have Bonds and Arsenal. We get something.
That's cool.
And then we have the last blue to do the 5th mode. Here, I think we'll get another Tiger Swipe, because we have one left.
Mode.
The 5th mode of levels, which is, I don't know, what would 4 and 5 even do?
They're minus counters on their armor, and I don't know.
It destroys their arsenal, and then defense reactions can't be played from
cards you pitch and an order that you choose on top of your deck.
Yep. Fair and balanced card. As LSS intended. Yeah, anyways. We kind of misplayed, but again, that's like Talishar jank. That's not like an actual game misplay. Oh, we got another Transcend card for next turn. Sweet. Oh, just kidding. Okay, well, that was certainly one of the games of all time. Let's see if we can find someone without Helm of Eisen's Peak. We can do a Riptide. Riptide is a tougher matchup. We did lose. Oh, shit.
Can't do one.
Can't do one. All right, we'll make our own. I still think Riptide. I stand by the statement that I think Riptide's rough. All right, a chance to redeem myself. All right, give him the good luck, have fun. All right, I need to lock in for this game. We got Sink and Snag. This is our board out. I'm honestly debating maybe cutting like leaving the Tiger in and like having a spinning. I don't know if that's better. I'm just gonna leave it like this though. We're gonna cut the weakest links, obviously. Yeah, my new. I feel like I've just been getting bodied into new. I don't know what it even is. See, it's not great. I think we can overpitch our body if we want. And just do like 2 and 4 and then Arsenal or Snag. I don't think it's terrible. We obviously give them a little bit of filtering, but we also get a little bit of filtering. We want to try to find our first Transcend card, ideally. Sneak attack. What the hell is this? Okay, that's pretty spicy.
What the hell is that?
He gets +4 if you activated a attack reaction this chain link.
It's kind of cool.
That's pretty sweet. That's good spice. Good spice. They are also fat decking us a little bit. Looks like they are in the
10.
Yeah, they are in the Mask of the Recurring Nightmare plan as opposed to the Balance plan, which I think is a little bit rougher for us generally. But if they go for a Bonds Magni here, we got a pretty sick hand. We'll say no blocks on the dagger as per our dagger policy. If they Siren's Call us, that would be annoying, obviously. Sweet. Okay. So the play here is we want to most likely block with our 100 wins. Right? Because I think just having a 2 block in front of it's important. We have our snag and our stir the pot. So then next turn we can do like descendant. Actually, maybe. So what do we even get off bonds? I guess is the issue. Like not much, right? So maybe we'd rather do like chase aspect. I think that might be better. But how do we do that? Because you have to pitch. No, we could do it. We could do it if we pitch the bonds. So let's block with 100 wins and see what they do. This could obviously not be like bonds. This could just be a mask or whatever. Okay. They don't want to commit into it. That's fine. What is this, like Codex or something? Or nothing? Or weakest link? Okay, well, we played around this too. Because we have 2 6 blocks in hand. Okay, very interesting. Oh, right, we didn't play around this necessarily, right? Because we got spiders bited. That's a little unfortunate. We could just take a turn to put the chase in Arsenal. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, I guess we could also transcend this through the pot. I think that might actually be better. And just pitch it, and then we get a tiger, but then they discard the tiger. Are we okay with that? Just to enable first transcend? It's a little bit of a tough one. I don't know if it's worth giving up the snag just to enable first transcend. Maybe we just gotta pitch it. Like, this will obviously come back to bite us if we... It'll come back to bite us if we don't see another transcend card, but I think this is right. A little unfortunate. That was a pretty good turn from them. I feel like the Bonds of Agony turns where they don't actually like pump into Bonds of Agony are a lot better than the turns where they like do pump and then they like get got by snag or whatever. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting decision whether or not to go for the stir the pot there or not. Because like we give them a free arsenal if we do that is the issue, because we have to like either break Kasaya or we pitch to Zen. Alright, here we see some vanilla damage. Again, our general policy with vanilla damage is we never block it. Again, this is vanilla in the sense that like all it's doing is banishing the top of our deck and it's not banishing a card from hand, so we care less about it generally. They have like a weakest link or another CNC here, it could be quite rough. Again, I think this is maybe a little bit too early for the Art of War. Yeah, CNC is quite rough. This is why multiple snag I think is not great. So they have a Slither in hand. They don't have Tunic up, so they can't have Rousing Wave. Do we want to just sacrifice all the tempo again and then save our snag? Is that worth it? But what is our turn next turn anyways, right? Like we do 100 wins, Kakara, then what? I feel like blocking here is correct. What do you think? Like, we don't have much of a turn. We haven't transcended yet. I don't know. I think blocking feels better to me here, because, like, our turn isn't even that good next turn.
Yeah, I guess. If they want to go off, if they want to pump this with the Rousing Wave.
Yeah.
They have to go off Arsenal.
They are sitting on a Slither in Arsenal. So
if you have like Command and Conquer or something, I would say you just play out Snap and take it, and then send back a little bit of something on your turn.
Yeah.
But your hand kind of was like
not ideal.
Yeah, it was truly nothing to write home about.
Wage gold, what the hell? Okay. That's a
All
card.
right, I don't know what they're doing. It's impossible to know what deck they're playing at this point.
Yeah. I feel like okay, so we got another Bonds of Agony turn. Okay, we can deal with this. We have Snag and Sink Below, but obviously I think I want to try to save the Sink Below for a better turn. I think we just give them the Biting Breeze and see what they do. Again, if they have a Slither that we know about, so maybe they have one more to react. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying, but I think like a 1 of, or like even like a 2 of Snag, I think is really good right now. Is because I think they're running that a lot more new lists are running more venomous bites. Like I think that was maybe like a cuttable card in days past, but I feel like I've seen a lot more in like recent new lists.
I might go down 1 in my list for something else
That's fair.
because it is awkward getting a hand full of reacts.
Yeah. Snag is obviously putting in a lot of work here. Oh, and they just have Codex after. Oh my god, I can never fucking win against this deck. Okay, wait. They have CNC? Wait, what is their Codex target? Art is our body. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we just get our 100 wins, I guess, and discard our 100 wins, block with wins. But then we banish the wins, and they have Biting Breeze. It's not ideal. Although the banish doesn't necessarily even matter, so maybe we don't need to block it this turn. So maybe we just do 100 wins and 100 wins, and then Arsenal sink, and then we let them... Because they have a Ponder anyways, like, this doesn't actually do anything. Unless they want to, like, risk their stilettos on it, but I don't think that's worth it, generally. Okay. We're finally on the board with some damage. And we get a Sink Below an Arsenal, which is pretty solid. So not feeling terrible here. We draw a Siren Call proof hand, which is fantastic, obviously. I've been really also missing like E-Strike. Anytime I want to try to like cut E-Strike into new, I feel like it just saves you from like hands like this where it's like, oh, I get disrupted and then I have 2 reds in hand. It's like, well, I can play a red for 4 and that's like my best play. But I feel like E-Strike's not good until like everything else, but against new specifically, it's like very strong. Okay. That we don't know. So they've used this Slither. We don't know what's in their arsenal from last turn. I think we're kind of okay though, sacrificing the hand a little bit. Like, if they obviously hit with this, we can they can take the E strike, but I think there's not really much of a way to play around that. Yeah, I think I'm fine with just letting them, like, we'll try to Sink Below, but we're not gonna like bank everything on Sink Belowing. We'll try to get maximum information here. They're probably gonna go for Mask. And then they've used their Arousing Wave, so we no longer have to play around that, which is good for us. What's up?
This is like a hot take, and I'm sure people will disagree with me. I've been so thoroughly unimpressed with Mask and Recurring Nightmares.
Yeah.
It like, oh man, that card should be really good, but it just is like fine.
Okay, they do have Slither. The question is, here now, do we afford to go off an Arsenal into the face of Codex? I think it's worth the risk. They've already used 1, and they're not very far in their deck. It's turn 4. So I think it's maybe fine to not play around Codex in this one specific case, but obviously we could get very punished if they do have it. We'll bin the Descending Gust Wave, getting a Descending Gust Wave as we intended. And then they're going to go for Leave No Witnesses, which is perfect for us. So on our turn, we ideally just want to send E-Strike for 7, Arsenal CNC, or we can Arsenal the Descending Gust Wave. Okay. So we navigated this well. We just need to play kind of catch up here because we are at a pretty... They've used a lot of their threats, but we are getting a little low. We haven't transcended yet, have we? So that's a little problematic. Yeah, it's not ideal. Again, I don't know if these last couple of games have been bad variants or me playing poorly, but I don't know. Maybe it's also a deck construction issue. I've been having a lot of hands with just like 2 blocks. Oh yeah, they can undo. See, we're a good sport. We let our opponents undo. Like it doesn't matter. It's a Talishar is a testing site, as everyone knows.
Did you record that game where the KO didn't let you undo?
That was a while. I don't think I recorded that one, but that was the origins of the bad beats crouching tiger. I think.
That was, I mean, yeah, that was the origin of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy. Our hand kind of sucks, but I think we just gotta take this persuasive and then hope we can do something.
Watch, they'll hit one of the 3 yellows in the deck. You'll be fine.
No, they're probably gonna hit our sacred art again. If I had to guess, seems to be the thing that happens the most. Yeah, like I mean, they take a red, it's not bad, but they take a blue, it's obviously a little detrimental.
16, because all 3 of those are
Yeah,
just
just 3 just an X.
pretty nuts.
That'd be pretty good. Pretty solid turn.
Good, you get to keep your hand.
Okay, they are gonna come at us with a mask. Again, that's why against mask recurring nightmares, it tends to make me want to block a lot less. Now the meta play is to banish the blue just ahead of time, but I think we're gonna take the chance that they banish a red off the top, hopefully. So do we want to give them Descending Gust Wave, or do we want to give them one of the 2 tigers? I think we want the 2/3 blocks in hand just in case they want to like go again after the mass trigger. I don't like they could like. I actually don't know what they could do. Oh yeah, it's just a.
I was like,
You're pretty
of the way
close.
there.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
Very funny. No, 2/3. 2/3.
2/3 the way there.
2/3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Hi, buddy.
This is rough though. Oh, they take our blue. Fantastic. Uh, yeah, maybe like, yeah. This is rough. Do we even send CNC here? I feel like we just send Aspect and deal. We had our 1 Transcend card and we didn't fucking use it because I assumed I would just draw into another one, and now we do, but it feels pretty late. Okay, they're attacking with a Mistblade. I feel like we have to do something here. I'm gonna block with Strides because I think like we're at such a low life total that we need to like start actually doing something here. They want to Rising Sun grain that tips the scale. Interesting. Okay. So this is obviously bad because now their blade comes in for 1 over.
I think you might just be dead.
What's up?
So I think you might just be dead.
Yeah, I mean like I don't know what I did wrong. How do they banish these 2?
The Justin X.
Oh, are those the Justinix?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. This is rough. Alright, we get our Tiger banished, though, which I guess is something. But man, these, like, I don't know if I'm just, like, playing wrong, or if these, like, new games have just been, like, super high rolly or what.
I feel like there's a deck construction issue somewhere, but I'm not sure what it is.
Me neither. Okay. They also like keep hitting our Passover. Like I keep getting my Passover hit, and they banish a Harmony off the top. So it's like I don't know what to do about that. Yeah. So you're coming for 3 to.
You add more bonds ancestry to the deck.
Yeah, I think this deck needs more bonds. This comes in for 4. What is their last card in hand? I guess is the question. So it's going to be 4, 2, 2, and then that represents another 3. So they're only at 7 on board. They do have tunic counters, so they can Spider Spite as well. Yikes. I mean, yeah, like there's not much we can do here. I'm maybe just giving up Shuko and Kasaya. Rough. We'll give him the Tiger. Like the Tiger doesn't matter with what they got so far. Although they can banish a Wind Chakra, which is annoying. But they would give us a Chi because they played blue cards. So maybe that's okay. Stretching here. And get another 100 wins also if they wanted to. Okay, we do get our first Chi again off of the Transcend. Do we want to just Zen State here? They're giving us the opportunity to. I mean, we might as well take it, right? It's representing like a decent chunk. Now that we have our first Transcend card in the deck, maybe that also makes me want to block more. Just cover up these breakpoints so we can set up the Zen State. Yeah, this is really not ideal. Tunic counter. Then what? And then finish on a CNC. Seems about right. So we can block 4 with the Zen State. We can obviously block 5, but then we give up Traverse, and I think we need Traverse to try to eventually get a win here. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah, I don't think there's a way. Like, what do we block with this turn? Like, maybe we should have saved some of our block for this, but like, if they just have the nut, they have the nut, you know? Could have, like, saved the block on there. Yeah. It's rough. Now, the question with this homage is there one, is our 1 life better than dealing them 2 life? Oh yeah, this comes in for 7 naturally. So that's okay, I think. So this comes in for 3. Go to 3. We have 2 armor blocking the Zen State. Hmm.
Monkey?
No, because I think like
Because you could do Stick Tiger Monkey.
I could, but is us being at 1 more life better than that? Maybe not, I guess. I don't know. Part of me almost thinks it's like slightly better just to gain a life just so we can try to live another turn and pop off of this Art of War, but again, like we just transcended so late again. I don't know, maybe I should have gotten a lot greedier with that snag into like maybe I should just use the snag just to transcend, but like snag also just put in a lot of work. So oh, is this Siren's Call? I'd love a Siren's Call here, please. Oh, please, Siren's Call. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're in this game.
Get on.
Oh. Why have my new games been so egregiously bad recently? I don't know what it is.
They can't Justinic that.
Nope. I mean,
There's actually, I don't know if there's much of anything they can do here other than, like, I guess shred it. But
do I sink here just to try to fish for a blue? Or I could, no, I don't think that's right, actually.
no.
I think I just have to pitch the sink below for resources.
Yeah.
Although we'll see what they do here. If they pump
No, there's no way to pump it.
Well, they could have that weird thing like pump stealth cards. Is that a
That's the
card?
case. That's contract
Oh,
cards.
it's contract cards, yeah.
Why? Here's my question. Why not go get bonds
Yeah, that's
and
what I was
then
gonna do.
yeah, do
Sorry.
better?
Yeah. Maybe we somehow eked out a win here, but why do these games feel just
Yeah,
like
you drew a cheat.
so bad? Yeah. God, I finally get to redeem myself. I don't even I don't know if I should feel happy about this because these games have just been so like one-sided. It
Do
feels
you
like a
get
lot of the.
spinning?
If I get spinning, I can't CNC. Like maybe I can't CNC anyways.
You could. How many resources you have floating two right now?
Oh no, I can do
you can do
spinning.
spinning. See.
Oh no, I need to get aspect right because I can do two. I can put in the Kakara.
Oh yeah, get aspect then.
Yeah.
Yeah, aspect's better.
So I had four here,
Mhm.
and this is one, two, two, or I have five here rather.
Look at this cat.
It's a good cat. Like I don't know if I necessarily play this game correctly, but I don't know. I'm not happy about how like
Yeah.
far behind we were for the majority of this game. We will have CNC for 7 at least, but is this even enough? I don't know.
You can do card, tunic.
Best case scenario here is they're like stuck with like a transcend card in hand and like just a random do nothing card in arsenal. Then maybe we can like get out of this, but
They should do card, tunic.
well, they need to give us at least one more card here, right?
It would be awkward if they had D-react.
Yeah. Yeah, but for the comments of this video, tell me if I'm like just playing egregiously wrong because like I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like maybe it's just variance that's been beating on me the last couple days, but like these draws have been just like bonds into like another disruption card is like one of the most gross things you can do because there's almost like no way to play around it. It feels like a lot of the time. Maybe that's more argument for just random like another extra snag in the board, but I don't know. It's so hard to know like what they're doing. They're giving us the wage gold. Interesting. Okay, so maybe if this isn't Codex here, I think we maybe have it. Because I'm assuming that this card is a no block or a 2 block. And then as long as one of these two cards is in Codex, I think we're maybe safe here.
What do you hit?
We hit. What was it? Sink Below?
No, you hit
Hiss was destroyed.
No, yeah, it was. Okay,
Here
okay.
they have a Bonds of Attraction. How many aspects do we have left? I think we've used all of them. We have one aspect here and then two aspects here, so Chase aspect is no longer a play. Do we have Descendant Gust Waves? We have one Descendant Gust Wave here.
How do you pay for Descendant Gust Wave?
Pitching the... No, we can't do that, right? So what is the plan here? We can do like
Tiger Swipe?
do like Tiger Swipe. That's not terrible.
Block with bonds, Tiger Swipe?
Yeah, I guess we can't bonds, right? Yeah, because there's no way to transcend. Or like there's no way to transcend and then float like enough resource because we have to block it with at least one card here or we die, right? And then if we do Wind Chakra Rising Sun and then we get a Descending Gust Wave off this, there's no way to play the Descending Gust Wave and the bonds at the same time. Because we need an extra resource and we don't have Kasaya. I think we played this game as about like God. I think the only like real misplay was maybe blocking earlier on in the combat chain, like assuming they didn't have anything else in their hand.
Yeah,
But
you win Chakra Rising Sun. Um,
if we
that
get
all you got?
now, you got to
It's just
paper
better.
Kakara. Yeah, it's maybe better.
Yeah, and you get
There are
a Tiger
Tiger
Swipe,
Swipe.
and then you go Kakara.
So
Kakara
this will come in
Tiger.
for 3. This will come in for 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So this should.
Tiger will come in for 4.
Yeah, Tiger will come in for 4. So
So
we're
this stays
getting.
there.
Yeah.
Unless they have a
They could obviously have like a sync here.
yeah.
Or like they could block this out, but we'll put them to no cards in hand is the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Finally in a good spot. Uh
You have preserved tradition. That's really good. You
is it
can
good?
yeah, you can put I think what mauling key?
We can do Mullen
Does that
Key.
do anything?
Yeah, because we only have 2. Or sorry, we have 1 here. I think we still have 1 in the deck.
So you got Harmony.
Uh
Harmony doesn't do a ton.
I think we want to maybe just try to save this. Like transcending doesn't really do very much here. So let's see. We got our last Mullen Key. I think we go 2, 1, 5, and then we arsenal the value you got and keep the harmony in hand for blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this should still be lethal breakpoints, assuming. And then we'll have the that all you got as backup.
I think you're doing it. You just like
Alright.
it's pretty good.
Siren's Call. Oh yeah,
Sure.
Pitch or Preserve. That all you got? Nope. Just didn't want to play. It's fine by me. Finally, we win a fucking new game. Oh my god, it's taking so fucking long. I don't know if it still felt like we're so far behind that entire game. Like, let's take a look at the deck. I think it's probably gonna be the last game for tonight, but like, I don't know. Like, even with 3 sink below, 2 of that all you got, 1 snag, maybe that's not enough still. Maybe you need to go up on a snag just because a lot of these new decks are getting super greedy with the attack reacts again. I've been testing that all you got a lot. I have like almost never drawn this card when it's been good. I feel like every time I draw this card, I either get CNC'd or I like they don't attack with a 2 block and it's just a yellow on the deck. This has been like, I don't know. I feel like people are starting to play around this card, so I feel like it's gotten a lot less good. This might be like one of the cards on the chopping block. Blue spinning wheel kick also might be another card on the chopping block. Just being a 2 block, I feel like.
I think that all you got's easier to play around if you're new. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense too.
Um,
Like I feel like this card is just like incredibly easy to play around and like doesn't actually give you all. It like obviously drawing a card deep in your deck is very solid, but anyways, hope you all enjoyed the games. This is just me rambling. Again, we got a pretty good game against a new, and I finally get to redeem myself and prove that I'm just not like completely terrible to do. I felt like I understand that matchup so well, and now it's just like turned on its head. I feel like maybe the decks have just changed, but anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. And then we maybe want to do some LL tomorrow.
yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, we might try out some LL. Like I might just play. Again, I'm not like a creative deck builder, so I might just do some kind of version of where is it? Of No Chan, Battle Hard and Amsterdam 2. This deck looks fun.
Just
Again,
put 9 bonds.
I have a little bit of nostalgia for Nine Bonds, as I was one of the progenitor. Well, not that I was not the progenitor of Nine Bonds, but I did get a little points on Nine Bonds, so I do dearly miss my bonds. So, anyways, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We might try to record some from some LL gameplay because I know skirmish is coming up and stuff. I don't really have much interest in recording like Blitz stuff particularly, just because I don't think Blitz is like super interesting.
It's really bad content for viewing.
Yeah, it's kind of just too fast for me, or it's like too like high roll, die dependent. I don't know. Not to say that CC is any better at this rate, but
It
like
is. It
it's a little
definitely
bit.
is.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks.